Hello and a very warm welcome to the 10th Naples Half Marathon. It's Sunday the 26th of February and the crowds are out in their thousands. Indeed, over 5,000 entries for this half marathon that last year saw an Italian record by Iman Berhan Crippa. That time from him was 59.26. We know it's a super fast course and the entries are 1,000 up on last year. It's a cloudy day, conditions not as sunny as 12 months ago, but this is a super fast course and it's been made a little bit faster with adjustments to the course at the eastern end. About 25% of the competitors are from outside of Italy and many thousands coming from the north of Italy as well. People come from far and wide to this west coast of Italy city. Although the Bay of Naples actually faces south, and normally it gets glorious sunshine. The temperature, 12 to 13 degrees centigrade. The humidity is a little bit higher than some of the athletes might have liked. That might affect the times, and the wind will be in their faces coming back. The elite field, well, it's strong once again, and the big names are there to run fast times. Certainly the news will have spread after last year's race that great times can be run here. All that training can be rewarded as the athletes get underway on Viale J.F. Kennedy, heading eastwards towards the city centre. Well, many of the top Italians are here, but some other talent from around the world. Indeed, some 60 nations are represented in this field as the word spreads of just how good for racing this course is. Mukhtar Idris of Ethiopia, very much amongst the favourites. The 29-year-old is twice world champion at 5,000 metres, and the best of Italy are here too. Look out for Ganat Crippa, brother of last year's winner, who set that Italian record. I don't know if conditions are as good today as 12 months back, but it's racing that counts. And the elite athletes down onto the waterfront where 15 kilometres of the 21 moves alongside the water. Idris there in third place in the middle of this pack behind the pacemakers. Anthony Kimtai of Kenya moving along really smartly. And the early pace is quick. There's no doubt about it. They're really flying. Casteldovo in the background, one of the dozens of fabulous structures in the city. Castello di San Martino overlooks the city, and it overlooks Crippa here, who's moving well, a little isolated there, but really pouring on the pace is Nekaganat Crippa from the Trieste club. His personal best 62.01 is in severe danger today. That was in April last year, just under a year ago, and he's moving well. Really good surface on the roads here, absolutely dead flat along the water, of course. And the leading women, well, Mercheva of Bulgaria is there. So is Angelika Mak of Poland amongst the favourites. Rebecca Lonedo of Italy too is there. She's a strong marathon runner. Personal best of just outside 71 minutes. Anything down around 70 minutes is international class half marathon running for the ladies. And as ever, these top women have some good club runners assisting them along. There was a threat of rain earlier, but that has dissipated. We can have a look at the course there to the right. The Laziale Gallery, that's a tunnel. It's about a kilometre long before they break out onto the seafront, heading eastwards, past the Casteldovo, which we saw the elite men passing just now, and Castel Nuovo as well, the medieval castle built back in 1279. That takes the athletes to the eastern end of the course. That's a new section just there, Piazza del Municipio, and then they're on the journey back along the seafront, up towards through the tunnel and back towards the finish line, where, of course, there will be crowds waiting for them. To the left of the picture, you can see the hordes coming out of that castle, while the elite athletes are now many kilometres along the course. Idris in the background there, in the green and black, behind just behind Kimtai, the pacemaker, and Frere of France, Mehdi Frere, the 26-year-old, with a personal best of just outside 60 minutes. He's moving well. And look at that split time. 10 kilometres, 27.57. The estimated finishing time, 58.58. That would be very, very close to the winning time of... in fact, it would be quicker than Kripa's winning time last year. They have hurtled through these first 10 kilometres, and Kimtai doing a wonderful job, the Kenyan pacemaker. Clearly, Edris heard about just how fast this course is. It's his first time here. And there is Mercheva. Now, she has broken away, the 28-year-old Bulgarian. Her personal best is also just outside 71.14, almost identical to that of Angelika Mak of Poland. Suggests they should be having a close race, but Mercheva has run very aggressively through these middle sections and broken away, eased away from Mak. No easing away as yet in the men's race as Kimtai moves aside, his job done. And now Frere of France, his first race this year. He's a useful marathon runner. He's run 2:09. That was in Valencia last December. Frere is at the front. He will want to use his strength. Here's the chasing pair. Domongole, to the right of picture, is a pacemaker as well, a Kenyan, specifically pacing Kripa there, who is being helped out now and trying to close down on the leading pair, Edris and Frere. You can see in the opposite direction the crowds moving along the other side of the road, but back to the front of the race. And they are now on the return journey, back towards the finish. Edris there grabbing a drink. Frere to the right of picture, moving really well. He's a relatively new name to me as Frere, but he's a 2:08 marathon runner, in fact. That was in Valencia back in 2020. Comes from just south of Paris, does Mehdi Frere. And he's giving the double world champion Edris a real run for his money. Well, the press conference before the race, attended by many dignitaries from the city who have been wonderful partners to RunCheck, the organising company. Events like this simply cannot happen without enormous cooperation from the city authorities. But they are delighted too, because the thousands of runners that have come into the city for the race are filling hotel rooms and bringing much needed income into Italy's third city, Naples. The race director and founder of RunCheck, Carlo Capalbo, saying how last year was such a special race with that Italian record of Kripa under 60 minutes. And of course they are looking for very fast times today, and the ambition is to have 30,000 runners take part in the race eventually. The family fun run on Saturday, just the day before the main race, was attended by many mums and dads. It was just a 2-kilometre jog. It's all about fun, non-competitive. And the site, the Mostra d'Oltremare Expo Centre, where the expo had been held on Friday and Saturday. Everybody getting a bit of fresh air and enjoying themselves in a very, very relaxed atmosphere. Again, on a very flat course. Medals given for everybody, all ages. Welcome to the fun run, not just youngsters. And the expo itself, well, the information desk was busy, of course, but there were many partners there, including Adidas and Peroni and Nissan and NH Hotels, all represented, because it is the coming together of so many forces, of so many causes. A race of this scale, when you're going to lock down the roads of a major Italian city, any major city, you need to make sure that it is well attended and that you get the partnerships you need. Liquid refreshment, of course, after the race, absolutely essential. Everybody takes their pick. And plenty of information being gleaned at the various stands of the expo, where members of the RunCheck team were able to advise runners on their form the next day, and indeed on what they should be wearing, clothing, footwear, nutrition, you name it. All the advice being given, expert advice. And you can choose your colour of t-shirt and your size of your t-shirt. All very smoothly done. Well, the elite athletes were introduced to the crowds at the expo. Edris there, left a picture. One of the major names. And the top Italians turning out too, because they know this race will deliver reward for the many months of hard training. And Carlo Capalbo, always such a force of nature. making sure everybody gets plenty of information. That was over the last couple of days at the Expo. This is the racing unfolding now. The leader was Mercheva in the black in the women's race, but Angelika Mack, the 31-year-old Pole, good marathon runner, has caught her. And we have a battle on in the women's race as well as in the men's. She ran in the Olympic Games in Tokyo in 2021. Dig Mack, she's very experienced. And so is Edris, and here he is in the tunnel, trying to lose the attention of Mehdi Frère, the Frenchman, doggedly hanging on to the 5,000 metre specialist. He has a wonderful range. Edris in Valencia 2 years ago, running 58 minutes 40. On paper, he's quicker than Frère. And come the end of the race, he was quicker as well. He broke the Frenchman, eased away over the last couple of kilometres, came through to a quick time just outside 60 minutes. Frère himself coming through for second place. Pleased with that run. His time before this race, 60.34. He was so close to his personal best, but a fine second for him. Well, and the athletes further back producing good times too. 62.5 minutes. Very, very swift half marathon running. The course guarantees this. Although it was humid and they're running into the wind towards the end, the best of the Italians was Crippa. Crippa coming home for the domestic boasting rights, so to speak. Crippa there, his time, 63 minutes exactly. And at the front end of the women's race, just a kilometre or two back, battle was ensuing. Certainly trying to break her opponent, Angelika Mack. In the last couple of kilometres, she couldn't rid herself of Mercheva, but at the finish line, it was Mack who won by about 1 metre after 21 kilometres of very hard racing to take the title. That winning time for Angelika Mack of Poland, 72.34. The best of the Italians, Rebecca Lonedo, coming home overall in third place. In the men's race, Mukhtar Edris, 60.27, finished some 16 seconds ahead of Mehdi Frère. Dennis Kemet Kitillo, a couple of minutes down there in third place, with Kenyans in fourth and fifth as well. Crippa, the best of the Italians, in sixth in 63 minutes exactly. And in the women's race, Angelika Mack, 72.34 ahead of Mercheva's 72.35. Almost inseparable, the Pole and the Bulgarian. Rebecca Lonedo, the best of the Italians, in 74.05 in third place, with Sugamiele and Arnaldo giving good support in fourth and fifth. Well, Mukhtar Edris knew he'd been in a race, but he's happy.
Thank you very much for the Napoli City half marathon. Is very good course, but a lot of corner and not really for asphalt. But I ran for first time. I'm happy. Thank you for Napoli City and the organizers for invite for me.
The world champion giving the course his approval, and the top Italian woman was happy too. Rebecca Lonedo taking third place overall in 74.05. The 26-year-old has run a couple of minutes quicker, but she was happy enough with that on the rostrum behind Angelika Mack of Poland, the champion, and Milica Mercheva of Bulgaria. And the men's title going, of course, to Mukhtar Edris, the pre-race favourite. I'm sure he'll be back for more next year, maybe with slightly less wind on the return journey and with not quite such high humidity. But a wonderful day had by the thousands at this 10th edition of the Naples Half Marathon. The course is fast, the organisation superb, and the big names will carry on coming in years to come. The ambition is for there to be European records on this course. Many athletes come here for their personal bests and just for a great day out with friends and family to enjoy the sport that they so love. The Naples Half Marathon has delivered yet again fast times for the elite, a great experience for the masses behind them. Next year's race, well, it's on the 25th of February 2024. I couldn't advise more strongly that you attend this glorious city for a long weekend and a fast race. From all of us at the 10th Naples Half Marathon, bye-bye for now. Look forward to seeing you next year.